have learned that the man killed in that attack inside a Kroger Friday night was 43-year-old Carlos Castro.
Now, according to the coroner tonight, it's unclear if he was stabbed or even shot. Rich Van Wyk spent the entire day going through court papers. So, Rich, there are a lot of new details about exactly what happened. What do you know?
Andrea, according to the court documents we obtained earlier today, it appears as if the victim may have been killed with a kitchen knife that Cooper grabbed off a store shelf just moments before the attack.
The Kroger supermarket was busy with shoppers today, as if nothing had happened. Although one customer said he felt a little scared, Elliot Harper wasn't at all worried.
This is a good neighborhood, but I believe that things just happen, you know. It could happen anywhere.
Friday's murder happened in the dairy section of the busy supermarket.
Then all of a sudden I heard a gunshot. Boom, looking around everybody's face. Then I hear two more gunshots. Then everybody's running, it's very frantic.
Moments before the gunshots, another Kroger worker heard a scuffle and loud voices. According to the affidavit for probable cause, he saw a man matching Jason Cooper's description stabbing the victim. There were 3 gunshots, then a 4th as the suspect fled. Just before the attack, the same man asked the worker where he could find kitchen knives. We went to the East Side apartments where Cooper, his girlfriend, and child lived with a friend. People here who know Jason Cooper call him a nice guy with a bad temper, easily provoked. One word, they say, could set him off.
He actually isn't that bad of a guy.
But the apartment manager says Cooper once punched out a neighbor for playing music too loudly. More recently,
he told me about a gas station. He got into it with a guy that thought his girlfriend was pretty. You know, they got into a fist fight in the store.
Police caught up with Cooper about 10 minutes after the shooting. They found a bloody gun on the front seat of the stolen car he was driving. According to the detective, Cooper was dirty and unkempt, appeared to be nervous, twitching, speaking fast, and was unable to focus on one topic. For those reasons, he wasn't questioned and taken to the hospital.
Court documents do not mention any possible motive or whether the two men knew each other, whether there had been any altercation witnessed before the attack occurred. It also doesn't mention whether Cooper was under the influence of alcohol or any drugs. His first court appearance is tomorrow morning.
All right, thank you. Rich Van Wyk downtown tonight.
And tonight we're also hearing from someone who actually used to spend a lot of time with Cooper.
Emily Longnecker spoke with his former roommate about what it was like to live with Cooper. Emily?
And Cooper's former roommate says he had a temper and went to therapy for anger management, but says he never thought Cooper was angry enough to kill anyone. Ammon Sturgeon says he was surprised to learn his former roommate, 37-year-old Jason Cooper, was charged with killing a man inside this Southside Kroger last Friday night. Sturgeon says when they lived together, Cooper watched a lot of conspiracy shows and accused his roommates of moving in on his girlfriend at the time. Sturgeon says he saw Cooper 3 days before the murder when Cooper, a registered sex offender, knocked on his door to ask if he could pitch a tent in Sturgeon's backyard so he could give an address to police. Sturgeon says he told Cooper no, in part because of the problems they had as roommates.
He kept on going through my phone, my personal stuff, accusing me of doing stuff with his girlfriend and all this stuff when nothing was happening or anything. He was paranoid about it, and I just couldn't put up with that.
Sturgeon says Cooper also had a nice side to him, too. At one point, he says Cooper helped him refinish the wood floors in his house. He says his former roommate was in the process of trying to get disability because of anxiety issues. And I've also been in contact with Cooper's ex-girlfriend. She didn't want to go with us on camera, do an interview on camera, because she says she's concerned for her safety, but we did chat over Facebook, and I'll tell you what she had to say at 6.
All right, such a tragic situation all around. Emily, thank you.
Well, we also dug into Cooper's criminal past, and we've learned that he took plea deals in the past for sexual misconduct with a minor, theft, and drug possession. He has served time in prison, and as Emily mentioned, he is a registered sex offender.